All right, I wanted to get into this MJ Gray situation. It's been interesting for me to watch. I'm going to continue to watch this because it really has me hooked on it. This lady, she is listed, from what I can tell. I did not consume her content before, so I don't know everything. But from what I've seen, she's like this person who doesn't advise women to get married, to trust men. They're not trustworthy. I'm not going to say that she's lying. She's actually telling the truth. You're guilty until proven innocent in my book. So I can't be mad at that. But she's labeled as a man-hating feminist that told women not to get married. And all I can say is, after watching her explanation, it really looked like she was trying to mansplain this thing. Because within her content, I do believe that she was saying some over the top things, and she was skating real close to that edge because it was getting her engagement. So, sometimes people will ratchet it up a bit, right? So I'm sure she was putting extra on there. She was still looking for someone who could be a good partner as well. And there's nothing wrong with that. But in order for people to trust you online, you have to tell the truth. I understand that you were probably getting the good engagement by saying certain things about men, certain things that women have went through, some of the horror stories and all of that. But I think had she really dove deep into also the protection of women, and if you are going to date and marry, that it wouldn't look the way it looks now. Because it does look like she was telling women to stay away from men. They're horrible, and almost like there's no good ones out there. And she was never planning on getting married, which made women kind of lock in and say, yeah, I don't either, which is not surprising to me because of the femicide rates. Just this month alone, I have seen story after story after story after story, 4 or 5 stories with women who have been taken out by their significant other. This is scary. Learning about the click features on the phone because men are taking pictures under women's skirt, it's mind-blowing. Not very long ago, there was a whole festival for men to great women, and I'm talking about different women from different continents facing assaults, violence, being taken advantage of, and having their lives taken. So for any man to sit up here and look at her and say, see, she doesn't believe in what she's preaching and she's getting married. Nobody said every single man is horrible, but in this day and age, with men snapping and injuring and taking women's lives, the femicide rates are out of control. We're seeing headlines of men who are taking the lives of their family, children, wives, and taking their own lives. And to think women shouldn't be scared and think that this person is an outlier, you've lost your fucking mind. Personally, I would say to the women who listen to certain content, you should be very careful who you are looking at and listening to, because you never know if they're grifting. You never know if they're just doing this for the money. We really don't know these people. So you should really be careful. You need to eat the meat and spit out the bones. Take advice on here with a grain of salt. Always. It's too many grifters on here and too many people with certain agendas and don't mind, throwing you under the bus or not having your best interest at heart to build a platform and make a living. And we have to remember, TikTok is an entertainment app and a store, okay? It started out with kids choreographing dance moves. So we have to keep that in mind. And you need to know who you are, what you want, and have a foundation of where you want to be in your life and where you want to go. If not, you'll fall for anything that people say. I can say people grow and change over time. It does. It sounds to me like she had some bad experiences and wanted to protect herself. I can understand that because of the slang, and specifically me watching the Black women who are losing their lives. It's scary due to femicide exploding. Some women just do not want to take that risk and they rather be alone and say, I'm not going to do it. And that's very valid, even if you care about your reproductive health. With the situation that happened in Texas, that is scary because they are becoming resistant to penicillin. So even that, you don't want to have a night of adult time and end up having something that you'll have for the rest of your life that's affecting your health. That's scary too. And if you care anything about your reproductive health, you'll definitely take that into consideration because of the female body and how easily it can be infiltrated, by certain STIs and STDs that you can get that you'll have for the rest of your life. Now, she said there are some caveats where marriage would be a good idea. This came from her. It was in one of her later videos, and it seems like she's found someone that seems to be genuine. Time will tell, definitely, but this is what she says. And there should be discourse on dating and marriage from a genuine place. If that's something that some of your viewers really want to explore, there should be discourse on dating and marriage from some of your viewers who are coming from a genuine place, and everything should be on the table. There are going to be those who they absolutely want nothing to do with men, and maybe they don't want to take the risk, but also you have those people, those women who are trying to navigate a minefield and they want to better, weed out the ones that are not really good for them. So they need information on that as well, not just the don't date, leave them alone type of advice. They want to know, what dating should look like, what marriage will involve, if they want to have children, how that will affect their lives, if you have them, financial literacy, religion, extended family, intimacy, expectations within a relationship, and there's much more that can be added to that. People should speak honestly about painful experiences, fears, needs, and triggers, just so you will know what your triggers are, your fears and needs, and you can articulate that to your partner. Or you can notice those things in people if that's something you want to avoid because you're dealing with that and you don't really want to mesh with them. And I do believe women want to be partnered with men. There are barriers preventing this. The negative actions and inability of men to grow is pushing women to shut down, not date, not procreate, and lose interest altogether. Also, femicide is scaring women to the bear. Women are asking themselves after the cheating, exploitation of women, and femicide rates, do I really want to subject myself to that? Do I really want to take that chance? Also, watching the abuse of their mothers, sisters, cousins, grandmothers, and great-grandmothers are a factor too. Women are checking out. It's not worth rolling the dice and coming up snake eyes more times than not, because intimate partner violence, it takes the lives of 3 women every day. That means 3 women today will lose their lives to an intimate partner. Now, keep in mind, along with the actual violence and mental issues women go through just dealing within the patriarchy, I cannot be mad at her. Growth happens. This should be a lesson to not buy all in with people on social media for the viewership. Use discernment. Also, sit down and be honest with yourself. Make the changes to get what you want. You have a vision of yourself. Explore that. Get to know you. Dig deep to find the hidden things that need to be worked on. It's hard for sure. This is not an easy thing to do. Introspection. This will get you in the orbit of where you truly want to be. You will be able to see a MJ Gray and take heed to the harsh realities of predator men, but find yourself recognizing the attributes you are attracted to in a partner. Even if things don't work out, you'll be able to do what's in your best interest and personal peace. I'm not sure if she did this from personal hurt or for social media success. The best thing you can do is sit with, self-reflect on past red flags and pink ones, and grow from there. I'll end it here. Do you think MJ Gray was doing this for social media success, personal gain, or past bad relationships? And I'll see you in the next one.